I have had so many failures making whipped cream frosting until I found the perfect recipe and the best techniques to make my whipped cream frosting stable for hours, even in hot temperatures. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Here are 9 reasons why your whipped cream frosting may be melting and some tips on how to fix it. Please watch the video all the way to the end as the last one is very important. The first reason could be that your bowl is not cold enough. Whether you're using a stand mixer or a hand mixer, your bowl and waste should be very cold. To ensure that your utensils are cold enough, place them in the freezer for at least half an hour before making your frosting. The second reason why your whipped cream frosting may be melting can be a fault with the cream. For one, your cream might be too old. Always check the date on your cream to see if it has expired or if the date is near to expiration. If the cream is old, it will not hold its shape or whip up properly. Another thing I have noticed is that the temperature of your cream is very important. Please ensure that your cream is very cold. Cream on the warmer side will not whip up to a firm consistency. And while we're still on cream of a higher fat content whip up to be more stable. So when purchasing your cream, try to buy the ones that are at least 30% high in fat. And now we're on to our third reason why your whipped cream frosting may be melting, and that's over whipping. I think we have heard this one so many times in the baking community, and whipped cream frosting is certainly on this list. But once all your ingredients are fully incorporated, you need to stop mixing. Because when you whip your cream for a very long time, it eventually turns into butter. But not to worry, because it takes quite a longer time for that transition to happen. Another reason I've noticed is when your cream is under whipped. A great way to avoid this from happening is to whip your cream until those firm peaks starts to form. Once those firm peaks starts to form, your cream will have enough structure to hold its shape. Another reason is that you might be adding other ingredients too early. It is best to add ingredients such as powdered sugar or liquid flavorants after soft peaks have formed. This recipe is for stabilized whipped cream frosting to cover cakes or to pipe onto cupcakes. This whipped cream frosting is already very firm and it's only 2 ingredients so far. Because I started with fresh cold cream, my cream is not under or over whipped, and my utensils are very cold. Reason number 6, it might be that you're adding too much liquid. It is always advised that you use the recommended amounts of ingredients in any recipe. In this case, adding too much vanilla or other flavorings, especially if you are not using real vanilla extract, can ruin your frosting. In this recipe, add 1 teaspoon of real vanilla extract or a tablespoon if you are using the imitation vanilla. I also added 2 tablespoons of Irish cream for a richer flavor, but be careful not to add any more than that, as alcohol can also cause your whipped cream frosting to melt. And the 7th reason why your whipped cream frosting may be melting applies if you plan to color your frosting. Could the downfall of your whipped cream frosting be as a result of you using water-based colors? Using water-based colors can cause your whipped cream frosting to melt, especially if you are trying to achieve a particular shade and need to use a little extra. To avoid this, I recommend that you use gel or powdered food coloring in your recipes. Reason number 8, your room might be too warm. If your surrounding is too warm, that might be another reason why your frosting is soft and not holding up. By now, we all know that whipped cream frosting thrives in cold environments. The warmer the temperatures, the more humidity and most likely it is for failed frostings. If you live in hot areas like I do, it is probably the best idea to use an ice bath when working with this type of frosting. This will ensure that your whipped cream frosting stays at cold temperatures throughout the process. And this brings us to the 9th and final most important reason why your whipped cream frosting may be melting. You are not using gelatin. If you live especially in hot countries, you need to use gelatin. Gelatin is a great way to ensure that your frosting holds up even after being in room temperature for 24 hours. After making your frosting, you will need to leave it in the refrigerator for at least an hour to set. After an hour, remove your frosting from the fridge, give it a good mix, and then it is ready to use without melting. If you enjoyed watching this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Please watch the video all the way to the end to see how I decorated a cake using the stabilized whipped cream frosting. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.